In good times, bad times, any times, remember the grace and love from the three reunited most powerful, God, Tim Kotu, and the Son of God.
Welcome to our show today. Dr. Bruce Perry and Animal Rescue Kharkiv, saving animal people from the front lines in Ukraine or Ukraine, part 1 of 2. Love and hope can overpower negativity, even during the dark and challenging times of war. In moments like these, brave and selfless people step forward and place themselves on the front lines, often risking their lives. One such person is Dr. Bruce Perry, a retired Canadian exploration and mining geologist, analytical geochemist, and volunteer at Animal Rescue Kharkiv, or ARC. Since the beginning of the war in Ukraine, or Ukraine, in 2022, Dr. Perry has been helping frontline soldiers and animal people. He first supported Kharkiv, a non-governmental organization or NGO that aids soldiers in active combat zones with needed items like body armor. He later joined ARC, an NGO that has been rescuing animal friends from challenging situations since 2016. It provides temporary shelter, medical treatment, rehabilitation, and rehoming. Since the war began, ARC has rescued more than 29,000 animal people from conflict areas. The organization is currently caring for approximately 1,029 dog individuals and 389 cat folk. It takes tremendous courage to put oneself at risk for others. And Dr. Perry continues his mission in Ukraine or Ukraine with determination, drawing strength from his past military experience.
I think it's made me more confident and I wouldn't say less fearful, but give me the ability to determine what is legitimate to be afraid of and what isn't. So, that's the thing with fear is you cannot let an unrealistic fear get in the way of what you're doing.
Dr. Perry, who is part Ukrainian or Uranian, shares how he first became involved with another entity called Kharkiv.
I left Canada in April of 2022. I came to Lviv in order to join the International Territorial Defense Force. But by the time I got there in the middle of May, they had changed the age limits, and no one over 60 was allowed to volunteer. Even though I had military experience, first aid training, I'm retired, I have no dependents, and my grandfather is Ukrainian. So I decided to continue on to go east towards Kharkiv, and that's when I ran into Kharkiv. It's a non-governmental organization that would deliver essential supplies to frontline soldiers.
Dr. Perry's commitment to helping others continued as he took on a new role with Animal Rescue Kharkiv.
After I left Kharkiv, I had to return to Canada for 90 days, and I came back to Ukraine in December of 2022. And that's when I found Animal Rescue Kharkiv, and I knew from the minute I came to this clinic that this is the place for me. It was originally very difficult for me because some of the injuries that we see are just horrendous. Dogs that are missing an eye, their legs are crushed, their back is crushed, they're burned right down to the skin, they have shrapnel wounds. You have to realize too that many of these animals have been out there all alone for a long time, and they're malnourished, they have diseases, they're full of parasites. We get entire litters of puppies that have no mother because the mother was either killed or is so injured or sick that she can't take care of the puppies. My first job here was to feed puppies. And that's what I did all day long, bottle feed puppies. It was really a heartwarming experience, but also it's very sad to know that they don't have a mother.
Blissful viewers, let's take a moment to express our heartfelt gratitude to all those who bravely serve on Ukraine or Ukraine's front lines, dedicating themselves to protecting and helping others.
Meerkat models.
Dr. Perry explains how the animal friends ARC often encounters typically have been injured when places familiar to them are damaged during attacks, and he describes the challenges of treating severe injuries at the clinic.
You have to realize that a lot of these animals, even though their people have left, they stay in the house that they are used to living in, or they stay in the backyard. And then there's a shelling or a bombing or a missile strike. And a lot of these injuries are due to the house or the building or whatever that they're hiding in collapsing on them. So the words that are the worst are the spinal injuries, where a dog will get maybe the bottom half of her spine crushed, and then they can never walk again. But we have excellent veterinarians here, some just totally professional, totally skillful, that do a really good job of preserving their lives. But often we cannot save the leg, or we can't save, the eye or whatever. It's really tragic and difficult to see that. And I used to get really upset about it, but I had to learn over time that the clinic is an ambulance, okay? Dogs come in, cats come in, dogs go out, cats go out. They're only here for a short time. They get what they need to survive. They get recovered here, and then they go to one of the other shelters, like the Little Prince Cat Shelter or the dog shelter, the Peace Dog Sanctuary. We have also a clinic in that new shelter. So I've learned to not become too attached, but it's difficult not to. Some of these dogs are totally amazing.
Dr. Perry outlines the full rescue process, from evacuation in dangerous areas to urgent veterinary treatment and careful recovery care before the animal victims are moved on to suitable shelters.
The whole thing is pretty intense, right from the initial rescue, then evacuation out of a combat zone. Then they have to come to the clinic to get examined. If they need first aid, to get first aid right away. We do 300 surgeries a month in this clinic. That's not counting Band-Aids or first aid or whatever. That's putting the dog or the cat under anesthetic and doing some surgical operation on the dog or cat to save their lives. So then the ones that are operated on will stay here until they recover enough to go to the annex next door. We have another building next door where we house about anywhere up to 100 dogs and cats that are recovering. That's kind of the halfway house before they go to one of the appropriate shelters.
The rescued animal individuals receive both physical and emotional care after severe trauma and are gradually rehabilitated by ARC team members who help them recover, rebuild trust, and prepare for adoption into loving homes across Ukraine or Ukraine in Europe.
These animals have been traumatized. Some of them I've seen, they're almost catatonic. They're in such shock they can't even move. They can't even eat. So, they're sheltered. And at the time that they're in the shelter, either the Little Prince Cat Shelter or the dog shelter, the Peace Sanctuary, our staff gets to know each animal, brings them around back to being socialized, and they get to know the personality of the dog or the cat. Then they can match up the dog or the cat to someone who wants to adopt a dog or the cat. And that's the final and almost the most important thing, is to put these animals back in a situation where they are living with people again, because they weren't created to live alone. They were created to live with people. A lot of success stories of people getting their original dog or cat back that they never thought they would see again. We send animals all over Europe. Most are rehomed in the Ukraine, but we have a special truck that has makes trips to Czechoslovakia, Poland, Bulgaria, Italy, even as far away as France and Germany. People in Europe can adopt from Animal Rescue Kharkiv, and we will bring the pet to them.
Our heartfelt thanks, Dr. Bruce Perry and the other members of the Animal Rescue Kharkiv team, for your courage, compassion, and tireless efforts to save and rehome so many animal people. Your kindness truly makes a difference. Welcome to our show today, Dr. Bruce Perry and Animal Rescue, saving animal people from the front lines in Ukraine or Ukraine, part 2 of 2. Since the beginning of the war in Ukraine or Ukraine, in 2022, Dr. Perry has been helping frontline soldiers and animal people. He first supported Kharkiv, a non-governmental organization or NGO that aids soldiers in active combat zones with needed items like body armor. He later joined ARC, an NGO that has been rescuing animal friends from challenging situations since 2016. It provides temporary shelter, medical treatment, rehabilitation, and rehoming. Since the war began, ARC has rescued more than 29,000 animal people from conflict areas. The organization is currently caring for approximately 1,029 dog individuals and 389 cat folk. It takes tremendous courage to put oneself at risk for others. And Dr. Perry continues his mission in Ukraine or Ukraine with determination, drawing strength from his past military experience. Today, we will learn about the veterinary clinic ARC that opened in 2022 and the positive impact of Dr. Perry and ARC's work. What motivates Dr. Perry and the ARC team?
There is a complication that a lot of these pets maybe have still some socialization to redo. They have been through a really bad experience, and they have to learn to trust people again. And that's a really important aspect here. It's a wonderful thing to see when you see a dog come in that's totally afraid, and within a couple of weeks, he's able to be petted again. He's wagging his tail again. He's happy, So that's a really great reward, actually. Keeps us going.
ARC responds to different rescue situations, including both planned relocations and urgent cases, while continuing its work amid increasing demands.
When we rescue farm animals, quite often it's at the request of the farmer himself or herself, because they have to leave and they can't take 2 cows and 5 pigs or whatever. So we will hold them for them. But as far as the ones that are adopted, we make sure that any farm animal goes to a place where they're going to live out their whole life. It's going to be a good place for them. It was really hectic at the beginning, and then it seemed to level off a little bit. But over the last year, there's been more escalation, more villages being evacuated. Our rescue teams go out at least 3 to 4 times a week. We get animals from the frontline villages, ones that people have requested that we come and pick them up so they can have a place. A lot of people can't take their animals with them. There's just no place to go. So we'll go and get those pets and shelter them until the owners can come and get them. We are on the lookout all the time for abandoned animals, and people in the neighborhoods will let us know that, there's a dog down the street, been living in that apartment building for a month, no one's taking care of it. The military are great partners here too. They often bring us animals. Sometimes they tell us where they are, and sometimes, we need their help to go and get these animals too.
ARC teams coordinate closely with the Ukrainian or Iranian military during field operations and face serious risks while carrying out rescue work in active zones.
We get clearance to go where we need to go, and often we will be either accompanied by them or meet them at a location. They have special equipment to detect drones in the sky. We had one just a few weeks ago. Three soldiers had to hop into one of our vans because it was getting pretty hot out there, and the drone came to attack the van, and the soldier that was with our team shot the drone down over the van. We've had one van got bombed by a drone. We've had some been basically disabled by a drone. We had a woman associate in a village only 3 or 4 weeks ago got killed. She was a helper for a year and a half, taking care of dogs. Our teams are rescuing animals at the risk of their own life every time they go out. But you can't leave them there. There's thousands and thousands of animals that need to be rescued. There's thousands that we can't, and they're out there, they're injured, they're bleeding, they're sick, they're starving, they're cold, and they're alone.
ARC's veterinary clinic is robust, and over time the charity has expanded its shelter facilities for our cat and dog friends. An important part of its mission is its broader collaboration with other shelters and volunteers to support long-term animal people welfare and adoption.
It's totally modern. It has an operating room. We have intensive care. We have accommodation for 60 to 80 dogs and cats. And that was opened in December of 2022. Then we realized that we need a better place for cats than what we had out at the old horse stables. And that's when ARC built the Little Prince Cat Shelter, which has on the order of 350 to 400 cats in there at a time, and kittens. And it's open to the public, and people can come and play with the cats, and the cats can play with the people. It's really a good thing. If kids come there, and the cats can be adopted right out of the Little Prince shelter. Then we realized that the dogs needed a better place. And so ARC started to build the Peace Dog Shelter. And this is a fantastic place. It's actually outside of Ukraine in a rural area. We've got a really big property. It's divided up into sections where there's a quarantine initially. Then there's an area for dogs that haven't been sterilized or haven't been vaccinated. And there's an area for all the dogs that have been vaccinated and are all safe and they all play together. And now we're also building an area for old dogs and dogs that are disabled. We also built a new veterinary clinic in the Peace Sanctuary also. So now we have 2 clinics. And this organization is the biggest and the most premier animal rescue organization in all of Ukraine. We work with many other smaller outfits that help us. We have associates that have private shelters. We have a whole legion of volunteers who take dogs and cats into their home, fostering them until they can be adopted to what we call a forever home.
ARC welcomes support from veterinary professionals and animal people care specialists. Dr. Perry highlights opportunities for qualified volunteers to contribute directly to ongoing rescue and treatment work.
We need veterinarians. We need foreign veterinarians, veterinary assistants, veterinary surgical assistants, animal health techs, anybody that has bona fide veterinary or animal health training. They can come here for up to 90 days at a time. There's no visa required. You can come and work with us, gain experience, meet our veterinarians. We've had really good luck with veterinarians that come here. We have a fellow from Finland that comes every few months. He's probably an expert in his field. I've seen him do some surgeries that it's almost a miracle, We've had some come from Canada, UK, and Italy. These are, professional veterinarians that have their own businesses that leave their country, leave their business behind for 2 or 3 months and come here and help with this terrible situation. That's really the main volunteers that we need. And we will definitely help them through all the government visas or anything that they need, accommodation when they get here. We really appreciate anyone that can come and help us. Please do if you have veterinary experience of any type.
Bravo, Dr. Bruce Perry and the ARC team, for providing a safe home for animal people in need, helping them recover and safeguarding them from harm. We wish that God Almighty always watches over you and all those working on the front lines as you carry out your selfless mission.
Supreme Master Qinghai Vegan thankfully present Animal Rescue Kharkiv the Shining World Compassion Award, plus a $10,000 humble token contribution to further its brave work, with abundant praise for your ceaseless dedication to saving and protecting animal people whose lives are in danger. May heaven always shield you. Supreme Master Qinghai Vegan is deeply grateful as a humble vessel to the beloved Almighty God for any help bestowed upon His precious children.
To learn more about Animal Rescue Kharkiv, please visit animalrescuekharkiv.org, youtube.com/@animalrescuekharkiv.
Vegan, long life here and in heavens.
All glorious the three reunited most powerful, God, Timkotu, and the Son of God. May all seekers now find their way and walk in your light.
And now we have a heartline from Dr. Bruce Perry and Animal Rescue Kharkiv in Kharkiv, Ukraine or Ukraine.
Supreme Master TV's two-part documentary aired May 18th and 25th, 2026, regarding Animal Rescue Kharkiv, Ukraine, is a wonderful example of very professional expertise focused on an extremely important but much underreported situation: the immense suffering of thousands upon thousands of innocent animals affected by war and the ongoing compassionate, life-saving efforts of people who try to help them. The documentary is very comprehensive, very well edited, and very engaging. As the primary interviewee, I would like to add that I found the interviewer very helpful and easy to talk with, and I am grateful to her for guiding me through the fairly long interview. Sending my deepest gratitude to Supreme Master Qinghai Vegan and the Supreme Master TV production team. Bruce Perry, PhD, Animal Rescue Kharkiv, Kharkiv, Ukraine or Ukraine.
Benevolent Dr. Perry, we are so glad that you enjoyed the program about the organization for which you altruistically volunteer, Animal Rescue Kharkiv, a Shining World Compassion Award laureate. It is our pleasure to promote individuals who devotedly safeguard animal people. The world needs to be shown that there are caring human beings doing the selfless work of protecting the voiceless animal folk. Thank you again for saving so many animal friends from suffering. May God's grace be always with you, your fellow Animal Rescue Kharkiv team members, and the big-hearted people of Ukraine or Ukraine, Supreme Master TV team.
Vegan side effect. Your heart seems to be incognito.
We welcome your heartlines, stories, and or cute loving animal people clips. Please send them via suprememastertv.com/heartline.